Welcome, everybody, to Catfish Weekly along with James Smith. I'm Lyle Stokes. James, we got a couple of great guests on the show with us tonight. But before we get to them, I have an announcement here. Brad Bex has been really good about sending results. And this week, I wish that I figure out how to do that, but you can't do it till the show starts, and I never remember it. I don't know. There's got to be a way, but I haven't figured it out. But Brad's been really good about sending results, and this week, the results he sent me is from the Indiana Catfish Association Tournament Flathead Bash from Duffy's Landing on the Ohio River. And it was held last Saturday night, and the Flathead Bash results are as follows. Justin Gerald Hedges, Rodney Hall, won it in first place with 85.54 pounds. That's a great weight. Billy Peabody, Mike Conway got second with 46.14. Jason Geary, Ron Dorka, third with 41.44. Dave Brooks and Mike Gorman, fourth place with 41.27. And fifth place was Greg Stockton and Tom Farley with 39.93 pounds. Very close weight. Sixth place actually got the big fish, a 30.07 pound fish. It was James Holcomb, Justin Arthur, and Kevin Childress. And that are your top five and big fish. So thank you, Brad, for sending those results in.
That's pretty good. Be sixth place and get the big fish,
and not placing the top five. That is pretty good.
Yeah, that sure is. That's that'd be me though. That'd be the only fish you caught.
That was the only fish they turned in.
Yeah, I figured that's what it was.
Yeah, pretty good.
We got a lot of people in here, but Lyle, before we get too far, let's remember all of our fallen soldiers, both male and female. They give a lot for this country, and it's I really don't know what to say except thank you.
That's all we can say, really.
They're not here today. So, guys and gals, and you out there eating the hamburgers, hot dogs, and the steaks, and the Waffle House breakfast like I eat for supper tonight, we thank you, and just please remember.
That's exactly right. If it wasn't for those folks, we may not be sitting here having Catfish Weekly tonight. We might not be able to go out and catch fish at will whenever we want to, or any of the other luxuries that we all enjoy.
Exactly right. We might go catch fish, but we'd have to feed it to the government, and they'd give us a little portion.
Yeah, that could very well be. So we don't want any of that. But
no.
Our military personnel are so important to all of us, and we need to remember them not just today, but every day. That's correct.
Every day.
That's correct. We got a bunch of guys in chat. Looks like it's flying by.
Yes.
But, James, we got a couple on here as guests tonight that I really met up in Wisconsin. They're catching fish out of kayaks for a long, long time. And we're going to enjoy them and visit them with them and get all the information of all the stuff they do, because I first become to know them on their camping videos that they've done. Pretty impressive with the way they do camping and stuff. And now that they've got into the catfishing stuff, it's just become a major deal. But before we bring Tellie and Chris in, you think we should say hey to a bunch of the people in chat?
Yeah, we can do that. We've got quite a few in here tonight, and I see already seeing some new names in here.
Good deal. Well, I'll start out with Mo Creek and Mike Costello and Catfishing Fever and Outdoors. Mark with Catfish and Crappie. Paul Betty with Couples Crosses Fishing. Mike Costello, Dan Thompson, JP3, Mad Catter Catfishing, Hooked on D. Justin's Fishing Fetish. Here's a new one. It's Cool Quest.
Well, I'm glad you figured that out, because I was sitting there looking at it, trying to figure out how I was going to say that. I see Feds and Fine, Country Boy, and Georgia Fisherman, Catfish Fever Outdoors. Guys and gals, if you see a new channel, share the bait, share the love. Mad Catter, I think you said that one. Of course, Mark. There's Ernie Brown. You know Ernie Brown.
I do know Ernie and Chrissy, and I know she was in here earlier.
Yep, LG Bass and Brad Beck. Brad, there's another Brad in here. Nick. Oh, we got all kind of American Catfish tournaments in here tonight, hanging out with us, Lyle.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, sir. You know, all of them's awesome.
They are.
Come in and they support our channel. They support both your show and my show and our show, and they support each other. That's what it's all about.
And if somebody could check and put Chris and Tellie's link up to their page, that would be awesome. With Hooks and Hammocks, because they have some great content. There's the weekend angler, as James Dockery calls him, the weekend ditch pickler. He will be on with Mark right after we're through with Catfish Weekly tonight. So be sure to tune in for that, because Josh is a great guest and a great fisherman too.
There's Miss D's in the house with us, and Josh, and
there's the Chad.
Yep, Mr. Chad. I just come across his name. John Patrick Jr. and John Patrick III's in here.
Thank you, Mark.
Mike Costello. I've hit the bottom of the list, Lyle. Miss Katie Collins and Papa Ed and Uncle Lou.
There you go.
Yep. So
Parker Pursuits, we're glad to have him. And I know Mo Creek was in here earlier. They're a fishing team. There's Kevin with Palmetto Cats. LG. Justin's Fishing Fetish. I think I got him a while ago. Philip Williams.
There's Mr. Squirrel.
Brad Cottle.
Lyle, I still can't get over that thing Squirrel had made for me. That was something else. Your old man made me cry.
Heck yeah, man. Uncle Lou, Lee Reed, he's in here under both names. I don't know how he keeps up with all that.
I couldn't. Well, Lyle, we got some guests holding on. I guess we better jump on.
I think so. Chris and Tellie, welcome to Catfish Weekly. We're so glad that you guys had to take time out on a Memorial Weekend Monday night to join us and be part of our show.
Yeah, thank you.
I want to start by apologizing for some of the background noise. We're in a park and there's some vehicles going by. We got a family of 14 that just moved in on us over here.
That's all right. We're gonna have a good time regardless.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
There you go. Tellie, how did Chris ever get you in a kayak and go fishing? Is that something you wanted to do, or you just done it because he was doing it?
Well, I mean, it kind of seemed interesting, and then there's places that I like to go and places he likes to go. So if we're in a kayak together, that's kind of impossible to go two different directions. So I can be on one side and he can go to the other.
Yep, I noticed that happened up in Wisconsin a little bit. He would go one way, you'd go another way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got a question since you just said that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that means I want to know who's pulling the fish in. Is it her or is it him?
That would be me.
Then it sounds like, Chris, you need to be following her, not the other way around.
Well, that wasn't the question I had, but when you said being in the kayaks at the same time, do they make two people kayaks? They do. Okay.
They do. Okay.
I hadn't seen one.
I do have to chase her down a lot because she's usually catching all the bait fish. So I got to go over there and get the bait.
Fish is fishing, to tell it.
Yeah,
It still counts.
That's it.
At the end of the day, you got the big number. That's what matters.
Yeah. Three little Robbies in here tonight. Oh, I had to say that, buddy. Chris, I'm sorry, but I had to say that.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, Lord.
I love to have her in the live streams. That way I know somebody's going to catch a fish.
There you
That
go.
makes sense to me, yeah. That makes all the sense in the world.
He had done several live streams and hadn't caught a fish, and then I went on one and he caught his first fish on a live stream.
There you go.
And it wasn't several, it was 15.
Yeah.
I started in January doing live streams. It was 15
That might be more
before
than
I got
several.
the first fish.
That might be more than several. Hey,
Yeah, a
our
little
buddy Robbie is in chat tonight. Robbie, I'm sorry I couldn't watch you last night. I tried, but you kept losing signal. But don't give up, buddy. Just find a spot that's got a little more, and we'll keep watching.
Don't share him on Facebook, though. Daggum, I shared him on Facebook, and they give me a strike and threatened to take down my channels.
Really?
Oh,
I
wow.
understand that.
Said
I do not get
violated.
that.
I posted up and said I violated the community standards.
I don't see how that could possibly be. The young man has his own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
That don't make sense. But I sure enjoyed what I seen of it last night. Him and his buddies was having a good time. They was on the night before, and I tried to watch them, and something come up, and I couldn't. But last night, they just kept going in and out and redo, and I finally couldn't take it any longer. But I do enjoy watching Robbie every chance I get. He's the best.
Yeah, Santee is tough. There's only a few spots down there that you get a signal on a phone. I mean, your phone battery will actually go dead without even using it.
Wow.
Because it's always searching.
Yeah.
Them old farmers won't let them put them towers up.
They won't.
No. Them old farmers will not allow them to put them towers on their property, buddy.
Huh.
Luckily, Palmetto has got a couple spots. I think he knows where he can go and get a signal. But the rest of them lakes, you can forget it. You get down there and get parked, you turn your phone off, except when you get ready to try to call somebody. And you'll be lucky to get out to call.
Wow. Like we was talking earlier, when I first found you guys in the video business, you guys was camping out.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And some really good camping videos. I enjoyed them a lot.
We love to camp.
You had a lot of stuff that I'd not seen before that you was introducing to not just me, but all the other people that watched your show. And I was impressed with some of the stuff that you guys got done. And you want to talk about that just a little bit?
Well, I mean, I think our favorite way to camp is in hammocks.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't know. I think I was watching one of the other hiking channels, and I was like, wait a minute, they're not in a tent. What is he doing? He's got a hammock out there. So I had to start doing some research, and next thing we know, we've got hammocks, and now we've got more hammocks. And I mean, we really like the hammock camping. It's so much fun. I mean, we like, we've got the rooftop tent on the truck now too.
Right.
But we really enjoy that. But there's different styles of camping to do. You can go out and do what we like to call car camping, or what some people might say overlanding type camping with the rooftop tent.
Right.
But we enjoy, hiking out a couple of miles and spending the night out in the middle of nowhere and use our hammocks. And, we also have a little small tent, backpacking tent, just in case we're going someplace we know where we can't use the hammocks.
Right. Now, them hammocks get you up off the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're so comfortable.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't been one in a long, long time. But I have such back trouble anymore. I'm not sure I get away with any of that sleeping on the ground stuff. I used to.
Right.
We used to go to Colorado, and I'd take cots in, and we'd sleep in them cots with a wood stove in them tents out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little bit different than a lot of people do, but that's how we done it, and that worked out really well.
Well, mine's a big double cot, all one unit. You pop it up, and it's the cot, and you throw your air mattress in there, and you're ready to roll.
Well, most of my camping is done like it was up in Kansas City over the weekend, and that was at the Sheridan.
Yeah.
We don't stay out too much.
There's a channel in chat. I heard you call them out earlier. They're Cool Quest.
Mm-hmm.
Their name's actually pronounced keel, like the keel of a boat.
Okay.
But I like to call them Cool Quest because they're cool people.
Awesome.
But I've watched a lot of their videos. They do a lot of backpacking, camping videos, and they've got some great content out there too.
Cool. We always love to see new people come into our chat and watch our shows, and some of that is related to you guys or whoever the guest of the week is. But a lot of them keep coming back, and we're always happy about that because it just goes to show that some of the stuff that we're doing somebody likes. But yeah, I had not seen or heard anything out of them, and I'm sorry that I got their name wrong. But
well, that's okay. Everybody calls them cool.
oh, there you go.
Yep.
I just call them as I see them. Sometimes I don't see them like they should be seen. Maybe.
Yeah, I got a couple friends and one family member. They actually every year go and work on the Appalachian Trail.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they'll be gone for a week, 2 weeks at a time out there on that trail.
Yep.
And I think they actually take hammocks with them to
Really?
sleep in. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Neither one of us actually like sleeping on the ground anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that. I know
They call those hammocks bear burritos.
Yeah, bear burritos.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, no doubt.
I want to holler at a couple of people that have made it into chat since we started. Mud Tramp 0715, Becca, welcome. Avid Fisherman, PD Fishing, Paula Smith, our buddy Junior Proctor. We're always glad to have Junior in here. Just dropped a new video today. Be sure to go check that out. Him and his grandson catching bait fish. It's really a great show. I watched it earlier. Josh Monick. Sharina's in here. The Bullock Experience. We're glad to have all you folks in the chat. I got to ask you, after meeting you up in Wisconsin, what did you think of the channel cat fishing there?
Oh, it was great.
Mhm.
Oh, I loved it.
That is a feel-good place, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it took us, we didn't get anything the first day. We had some technical difficulties, and but that second day when we got out there that second morning, and that first one hit, I knew it was something special.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in 3 foot of water, and I mean, you know how channel cats fight anyway. They're just pound for pound. They're ferocious little things.
They
are.
When that first one hit, it was. I'm saying that first one I caught was probably in that 10 or 12 pound range, but boy, it did not feel like a 10 or 12 pound channel cat.
No, they fight hard. They really do. I'm so glad that everybody went up there. And Betty says, let's go back. If you've never caught fish like that, channel cat that's in the teens and 20s, it's amazing, especially like you say in 2-3 foot of water.
Yeah, that the biggest one I caught. It was, I don't have a scale in the kayak. It's hard to weigh things in the kayak.
It is, yeah.
I know that was a 20+ pound channel. I'm guessing right at 20, 21 pounds.
Dang.
And when it took off and it pulled me off anchor and kept going, I've never been pulled off anchor before.
Yeah. That took some. PD Fishing, thank you so much. We appreciate it very much. That's for years we've called, well, not too many years, but for a while we've been calling old James Dockery the Angry Fisherman. He was all smiles up there, all smiles, and I was glad. His wife caught a ton of fish, and he caught the big fish in our boat. It was just shy of 27 pounds. You might as well call it 27. It was that close.
Dang right. Channel.
That's a great, and it wasn't the biggest one that was caught up there that week.
Right. But that's a channel cat. That's a big channel cat in any waters.
I would like to say that his head got to be as big as that channel cat's, but it did not get that big because that channel cat had a big head on him. He's all gloried out looking for his honey to make love to, and he was a giant. But James and Katie had a really good time, and we was really glad to see them have a good time up there because the more people that had a good time up there, and I got to think everybody did, but the more people that have a good time out there will make it that much bigger and better for another year or two to come.
Yeah, we had a fantastic time up there, and we went up there for the fishing, we wanted to go up there. We wanted to catch the fish. We wanted to meet the people too, but once we got there and we started meeting everybody and getting to hang out, that was just as much part of the trip, if not more,
Yeah.
than the fishing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it really
We
was.
had a fantastic time.
That
We can't wait
dinner
to
that
go
we
back.
had out behind the motel,
Yeah.
Mhm.
that was as good a meal as I ate up there the whole time, really. And we had a great meal at the restaurant. But the meal that the women fixed back there behind that, Cindy and Chrissy and Betty and whoever else was involved with it, that was an awesome meal. And we was trying to do shows, so I didn't get to help them much. But they kind of had it going on. They didn't really need a whole lot of help, but it was really good. Good meal, and the camaraderie back there until I got so tired I had to go to bed was just awesome.
It was a
great,
ton
man.
of fun.
It is, and I'm looking forward to next year. I'm like Betty though. If somebody come up and said, "Hey, can we go next weekend?" I'd probably have to try to figure out a way to make that happen. That's just that much fun.
But
Now,
I'm still mad at Chad because I didn't get any cinnamon rolls.
well, he's the one to blame. There's no
I know.
question about that. Yeah, he's the one. He hogged them all up. Yeah. I have another question, and then I'm going to let James ask some because I'm trying to hog you guys up myself.
Oh,
But
you fine?
You've recently done something that caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting you to do that, being the kayak people that you are.
Yeah.
And I know you love them kayaks.
Yes,
but
we do.
Yes, we
the
do.
other day about getting a new boat. What brought all this on? Was you looking for a boat, or was you wanting to get a boat, or did it just happen?
Well, a little bit of all the above. I mean, we talked about getting a boat. We kind of wanted a boat. We didn't know what we wanted. We didn't want to get rid of the kayaks, but we wanted to be able to expand our possibilities and be able to do different things. And there's a whole lot of water that I'm not putting that kayak on.
Oh,
Right.
So we decided we started looking around and we kicked around pontoons, and we started looking at used boats, and everything I looked at needed $6,000 worth of work, and
Yeah.
and they wanted $8,000 for it, and I was like, I could buy a new boat for that price. So we decided to start looking, and I went actually looking at the trackers, and they didn't have them in stock. It was going to be September before I could get one, and just happened to have that Ranger sitting there, and everything clicked.
Well, that's awesome because I seen some of them Rangers at the Cabela store in Kansas City, Kansas this weekend, and they're very nice looking boats.
I think we're going to like it a lot.
Oh yeah.
Good deal.
Well, actually, it opens up a whole new world too, because actually it can take you places, and you probably could throw them kayaks on there, get you up next to them backwaters, lock that boat down, slide them kayaks off in the water, and especially like you get around them old swampy areas, but you don't really want to take your new boat up in there. And there you go.
Yeah.
All new waters that you've never been able to get to before because it's too far away. But as far as a question, what really got you into chasing? Well, I know I asked you this before the show started, but what got y'all really into wanting to chase the catfish on a kayak?
YouTube. The short answer is YouTube. I never even thought about, I thought when I first got the kayaks and stuff, I was like, that's going to be great to go out and get some bass fishing done and catch some bluegill and some crappie and everything. And then I started watching, like kayak catfish and stuff like that. And I was like, now, wait a minute. That looks like a lot of fun. So I started going out and doing it and thought, first time I went out, I caught 2 channel cats, and I was like that. Now that was fun because when you're suspended, they hit like, a 3-pound channel cat hits like a 10-pounder.
And you feel it all the way through that kayak.
Oh yeah.
And what really gets you addicted too is, the first time we ever went out on the kayak, first fish I ever caught was a little 2-pound bass, but I thought I had the biggest bass I'd ever caught on there.
Yeah.
Because they pull
like
you
no
everywhere. But yeah, getting in there and going after those catfish, that's just I can't think of a better way to catch them.
No.
James,
I always thought I'd have to have flotations on my daggum anchor ropes. Because if I hooked onto that 50 or 60 pounder, I'd have to drop my anchor ropes and say, "Yeehaw, here we go, buddy."
I actually prefer not to anchor when I'm fishing that way. I like to drift, suspend drift, and try to find them. And I want to start dragging in the kayak too. I haven't done any dragging in the kayak, but it's coming.
There you go.
I hate to interrupt you, James, but I have a message on Facebook directed at Chris, and Robert Chance would like to know why Chris is not wearing his new hat.
Oh,
I forgot it.
Okay,
We'll say that.
all right.
Yeah, I got a secret admirer, I guess. It likes to play some jokes and stuff, and he sent me a captain's hat.
I
I
see.
hear
That.
you.
See a picture of that?
It's on Facebook. I put it up there.
it is.
Yeah, that's where I seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Are
So-
we live on Facebook tonight too?
No,
Okay, I didn't know if you split it up and was doing both.
no, I watch the shows that are doing that. And nobody's getting any views on Facebook,
Right.
so why would I waste the effort to put it on there?
Right. I
If,
was just
if
wondering.
somebody would get, and the one person that does get a lot of views on Facebook, nobody watches him on YouTube.
Right.
So we've been doing this for next month will be 7 years. I see no sense of.
Wow.
No.
I thought that was a big deal at one time of going on Facebook and YouTube at the same time, but I just don't. It's not working for anybody else. I don't know why. I would think it would actually work for us any better than it does anybody else.
Well, I heard you say Facebook. That's why I asked. I thought
Yeah, that's where I see
it
it.
kind of threw me there. I thought he done slid something in on me here.
No, I'd let you know if we was going to do that, and we might try it at some point. But right now, it just doesn't interest me.
One more question: Fishing for Freedom. Have they got their boats?
I heard, or Cindy read a post where they do have them, but if you want to go, I would still contact them because they usually have a bunch of extra people that they can always find a boat. If they find boats for, they will put on.
I just wanted to make sure before we got too far into this, if they hadn't, we was going to make sure that we give a big shout out and keep digging and keep trying for them.
Yeah, D says the captain and Tellie, check out Hooks and Hammocks. I'm not gonna elaborate.
We did a show on at one time, Captain and Tennille.
Yeah. Hey, Creole, how you doing?
Y'all gonna start singing for us, Chris and Tellie?
Oh no,
Oh no!
I don't sing.
I promise you, if you could sing like that lady did, you'd make more money than you know what to do with, because she done all right.
Yes, you could sing. Now y'all set up and you take your kayaks and you go out somewhere and set up and camp.
Well, we want to start doing some kayak camping.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Or do you camp and then kayak? You know,
We like to try to find places where we can camp and then go out on the kayak, but they're hard to find.
Yeah.
So we want to. There's a biggest reservoir here in Indiana. It's Monroe Reservoir. There's a peninsula out there where everybody hikes out and camps out there. It's a 5-mile hike, but we could kayak there, and it's only 2 miles. So we want to do that. We have been out on the peninsula. We hiked out there and stayed the night, but beautiful.
Oh yeah,
beautiful
we stayed in
place
Hammocks.
to camp. But we want to kayak out there, and then there's a whole bunch more lake on the other side of that peninsula that we've never seen.
Right.
You know, and we want to explore that in the kayaks too.
Lyle,
Sir.
we didn't get into this junk early enough, did we?
No.
I didn't get into it early enough.
Man,
I just I never liked canoeing. I never could keep a canoe righted. I was always underneath of it. So I'm guessing I would be doing the same.
We got a train coming, guys.
Yeah, I can hear it back there.
You want me to mute it?
No, I'll just let it go.
It's going to get loud.
If it gets real loud, you might.
It's going
mute
to.
Okay, but I just let Parker and Betty Jean and Cindy and Bullock and Mark with Catfish and Crappie and all them people, they can enjoy that train right along with us. But if it's too loud, you might want to.
Yeah.
And we're not going to be able to hear you until this train gets here.
Okay. Okay. You might as well then go ahead and mute it. But, it is what it is. But yeah, James, you know, we probably started out too late with some of this stuff. I know that the technology has helped a great deal with some of that. So that makes a world of difference.
Park clears out the train.
Right.
Yeah, Mr. Bullock, give me a holler sometime tomorrow. Give me a call, and we'll talk about your tackle talk. Make sure that we get on board with it. He's wanting to get me on his show one night, Lyle. So
I think that'd be fun. I think we'll wait to do that.
And you know what?
He does a
Besides
good job.
you, he's the only person that ever asked me to come on the show. My feelings has been hurt.
Really? Well,
Yeah,
he does a good job with his show, and he does it at a time when nobody else is doing it.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful. He
does
a pretty good job. I had a great time on his show, and I watch it whenever I see other people on there. I don't catch them all, but I try to catch as many of them as I see, and he's done really well.
Well, most of the time I'm watching them at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, not during their lives. Or if I do catch it live, I'm laying down without glasses on, so I can't comment. But
I usually am not doing it at that time of day. There's Harley Neal in there. Glad to have Harley.
Yeah. Is the train gone yet?
Not yet.
I don't hear it now.
We can hear you a little bit now.
Okay. Yeah, I don't hear it.
Brad, my boat it's right now it's in the stall mode. I haven't done anything to it. I'm still collecting parts. And I'm one of these people. I will not start till I have all parts ready. Because I know once I put that first piece of saw or grinder or anything on it, then it's going to be on, you know. And I like to lay things out. I'm very particular about junk like that. But back to y'all. Chris and Tellie, now you're going out camping and stuff like that. Do you usually try to catch your bait and stuff once you get to the water, or do you try to take some bait with you?
Well, we try to take bait with us. That way, at least we know we're going to have bait, because you know, sometimes you go out there and you can't even get the bluegill to bite.
Oh,
so,
I know.
So we always try to make sure we've got something with us. But while we're there, we're always, you know, she loves to catch bluegill and stuff. So I'm always like, throw them in the cooler.
Y'all don't even try to carry them live. You go ahead and Ziploc bag them up and put them on ice and stuff. Okay.
Yep.
That's what I was kind of leading to, was how did y'all keep your bait and stuff like that? Now, what is one of your favorite baits out there for chasing the daggum catfish?
Well, when I can get them, it's shad.
Right.
But they're hard to get.
Summertime, I like them bluegill, though.
Bluegill or jello chicken.
Now,
you don't throw a cast net on that kayak, do you?
I mean, the one I've got, I could. I haven't.
Okay.
I want to get to the point where I can.
Right.
But we've been tearing up the creek chubs lately too. So I really like using those creek chubs.
Yeah, I know a lot of people do good with creek chubs. Now? Tell us what kind of kayaks y'all got and how you got them set up, because I know there's a lot of people probably wanting to know about that.
So the kayaks we use the most now are the Old Town Sportsman 120, which means they're 12 foot, and they're the pedal. So it's a PDL. So it's a Old Town Sportsman 120 PDL.
Sit on top
kayaks. Extremely stable. I've crawled out to the front of it. I was doing a live stream once and my battery died. I crawled out to the front of the kayak, changed the battery, and crawled back to my seat. You know, they're stable.
Right.
That's
good.
good.
No problem standing in them either.
No, they're not the bottom end kayaks either.
No.
Oh no.
We started out down there. We bought the cheapest ones we could find that were still set on top, and they were okay, but they weren't very comfortable.
Right.
They were somewhat stable, and then we stepped up to like a mid-grade, and those were really comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
We really enjoyed those, but we were like, you know what? If we had those pedal drive kayaks, we could go a lot farther.
Oh yeah.
So that's why we invested in those, so we could start doing the kayak camping, stuff like that.
There you go. Now, see, I would have to get a pedal boat. Not a pedal kayak, a pedal boat. Where I could stand up, move around, and I'm looking for one. I got a pond down here in the backyard. I'm actually looking for one to throw in that pond so me and the wife can go out there and just kind of paddle around on the pond and stuff. But now, when you're out there chasing them catfish and you in that kayak, what are some of the things that you actually start looking for that y'all want to set up to actually catch the catfish? Well, we've got certain things that we look for in the boats. Y'all fish in waters that normally people don't take their boats, or they will not get up in that shallow of water, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do, but a lot of the places that we fish, we're launching in 4 foot of water, but it's a big cove, and it doesn't take very long, and you're in 19 feet of water, on the lake we fish. So we're still looking at ledges and structure, and so I love to get up close to that bank and drag those ledges.
Oh yeah,
or not drag, but so I suspend.
Suspend over them. Yeah, that's probably the first thing that I look for on Navionics is anywhere that the river channel cuts real close to the bank. That is some of my favorite spots because most of the time you got good laydowns in there. You got structure that's there, not counting the channel ledges themselves. What kind of electronics and stuff do y'all rely on your?
We both have the Lowrance. Well, I have the Lowrance hook. I think it's a Lowrance hook 2 split shot 4-inch, and then she's got. I think they stopped making those because they call them Reveal now.
Yeah, the hook 2 Reveal is what I have.
It's the same. It's the same fish finder. It's just got a different name. It's got a few more options on it.
Right.
But there's no side scan. It just had, but it does. They do have down imaging.
Well,
and they have charts on them.
Yep.
So y'all do have the charts in them.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. That's probably. Would you say that's probably one of the best investments people need to do once they get their depth finders? Go ahead and get that chart.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe how much I look at that chart.
Yeah. That's something me and Lyle's talked about a number of times. That Navionics. And I'm going to tell you, you might not believe me, but Navionics on your phone is a lot more detailed than the card that you put in your depth finder.
I believe that. I pull it up on my phone
a lot closer.
Yep.
I
pull it up on my phone a lot. If I'm out driving and I see a place, I'm like, man, it looks like it might be good to fish. I pull it up, see if it's on Navionics, see what it looks like.
There you go.
That's good advice for bank fishermen also.
Yep.
That's right.
Now, the problem is here, at least where we live in Indiana, there's a whole lot of places that it's not on there.
It's not mapped.
Yeah, it's not mapped.
Now, Lyle, somebody told, and I can't remember, and I apologize. There's a site out there that people themselves are starting to map places, and they putting that information on this site. You might want to do some looking. Oh my God. I apologize for having a brain fart.
That's okay.
I was thinking it's actually a site right off of Navionics, where people actually, like down there at Fishing Creek, only part of Fishing Creek is mapped. Well, now you can look at it and it's all mapped now.
The people that they use the mapping in their new depth finders.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they can download it to Navionics if they choose to. And they'll add it to some of that stuff.
Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I heard something like that.
We were looking at some fish finders today down at Bass Pro Shops. We went down there buying some stuff for the new boat. I noticed a lot of those new ones have a feature where you can make your own maps.
Right. Yep. I don't know if that's Humminbird only. It may not be now. It started out as Humminbird only, but I think they've all kind of got their own little program for that now. But that's a great deal. And you don't have to share that information with anybody. Nope. You can keep it for yourself. Once you create a map or a deal and find structure or whatever you're looking for, But if you, pardon me, if you share it, then everybody can see it.
Yeah. But I mean, that's pretty neat, especially if you ain't really a tournament fisherman or stuff like that, just to share it up. Now you might want to keep your wave points to yourself. You know, you don't want to get some of your little secret holes or whatever. But, so you're one of those people that rely a good bit on. Sorry about that. I had the door open. I got a bunch of little nastiness flew in. So y'all rely a lot on avionics.
I do. I pull it up all the time.
Yeah. Me too.
Like I said, though, I mean, it doesn't. A lot of places where it doesn't work here, so it not always helps me. But.
Right. What? Before we get too far, what are some of the safety things that y'all can talk about if somebody's getting into it? What they need to start looking at and preparing for
the kayak
safety.
Yeah. A good life vest.
Oh yeah.
It's there you can go and you can buy and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those inexpensive life vests, but they're not made for a kayak.
No.
A kayak life vest in the back sets up really high so that when you're in that seat, it's up over the top of that seat. If you don't have that, when you sit in that kayak seat, it pushes that life vest up, and it's extremely uncomfortable, especially if you're paddling.
Oh yeah.
It starts to rub under your arms, and it'll get you off the water in a hurry.
Right.
So a kayak life jacket is spend the money on it. I mean, I don't. The ones we got were still less than $100.
Oh yeah.
It's not like we spent.
The sides are cut out, so it's easy paddling. It's well worth it. And they're comfortable and pretty lightweight. And
you guys know just as well. I mean, I'm sure if it's not comfortable, you're not going to wear it.
Nope.
And that's when you get in trouble out there.
That's right.
These kayaks, as stable as they are, if you are on the river and you got in a current or something, I mean, the current pushes you into a log and that current's strong enough, you're going to flip.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that life jacket on, you could be in some serious trouble.
Oh yeah.
As far as, that's the biggest thing I can tell anybody to do for their personal safety. The other thing is, don't go out on water you're not comfortable in. We caught ourselves out there on Mendota. A little bit of we overstayed our welcome on Mendota that second full day, and it got a big chop on it. It was a little bit scary, even though you're only in 3 foot of water.
Right.
You still don't want to capsize that thing. It's scary just to think about it.
All right.
So don't go out in water you're not comfortable on. And as far as all your gear, stuff like that, put some little pool noodles on your poles. They've got rod leashes. They've got things you can leash down everything you have. So if you do flip that kayak, you don't lose anything.
Right. Now, y'all got little live wells in y'all's is that you can keep you some live fish in, or some of them's got that little centerpiece down there. That's
we don't. Now we've got little igloo coolers that we each have the same. We each have our own igloo cooler,
right?
And that's our bait cooler.
Right.
And sometimes we'll fill those up with water and we'll throw the bluegill and stuff in, keep them alive until we can get back, and then we throw them straight into the freezer that way or something.
Okay, cool. Lyle, you got some questions? I just run away with that one.
No, that's good. Good information there. I just kind of watching chat. If you guys have any questions for Chris and Tellie, now's a great time to get in here because we don't short amount of time left in this show. So if you have any questions for them, be sure to get them in here so they can answer them.
Except for Chad.
Yeah, we don't
be nice to Chad.
Yeah.
Now, what's any future stuff for us to start looking out for coming from y'all too?
Well, so we've got a trip coming later this year that is secret, but it's going to be a good time.
Yep.
We've got, we really want to get out and do a kayak camp. If I can do that live, I will, but more than likely it has to have to be a video.
All right.
Actually, we've been asked to be on another show. It's on the camping side of things, and it's the Kill Quest that asked us to be on their show.
Awesome.
Yep.
So that's coming up. I think that's going to be
In September.
But
Make sure that somebody gives us a link to put on
Yes.
Catfish Weekly because we'll all want to watch that and make sure we see it.
Yeah,
and,
come on there and post it up a day before, so it'll as a reminder for us
Yep.
to come on there and watch it.
and now that we've got the new boat, we plan on doing a whole lot of live streaming on the new boat
Heck yeah.
if we can.
I have a message from Fishing with the Chad.
Uh-oh.
Says, obviously, you fished with me, so the top of your bucket list is complete. Who else is on your bucket
So
list
since
to
we
fish
fished
with?
the top of the bucket list is complete.
Yeah. But he wants to know who else is on your bucket list to fish with.
Well, Lyle was on there, and he's way ahead of Chad.
Not according to Chad.
I'm staying out of the middle of that one.
I am super excited to meet Patriot James. We are definitely coming to that tournament next year.
Thank
You'll
you.
have a great time.
It
It's
will
on
be
her
an honor.
birthday.
It will be.
Her birthday is on the same day as the tournament.
It will
And
be an
I
honor.
just
And
I
just-
want to meet and fish with as many people as I can in this
Yep.
catfish community.
There you go.
Y'all
That's
will
a
love
great-
Lake Wiley with them kayaks. I just realized something loud the other day. Deidre Melhorn brought it to my attention. That's on Easter weekend.
Yeah.
Do y'all think that's going to either hurt or help?
I think it'll hurt you a little. That's a
I think it
family.
might,
I
but
think it might.
I mean that's what we want to do for her birthday. So
Yeah.
Right. It's still not too late to change it, but I would have to go back a week. And that week's already spoke for a pretty good sized catfish tournament. And the week
Right.
prior to that is a catfish tournament. So if I go into the earlier month, then you still run into possibly cold weather, which is
Right.
fine.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you go later, then Lake Wiley gets so freaking busy, you can hang it up.
Yep.
So it is what it is. Somebody wanted to know, what is your favorite body of water to fish, favorite body of water to kayak in Indiana? Have guys tried Patoka Lake?
no, we haven't
have
been
not.
out. We have not been to Patoka. I have fished Patoka, but not in the kayak. We typically we really like Monroe Reservoir. There's two really large coves in there. One of them is kind of reminds me of Mendota because it's super shallow, but there's a creek that runs through it. If you get in that creek bed, drops down to about 10 or 12 feet, and that's like 2 miles long. So there's a lot of water there.
Absolutely
Right.
beautiful.
But there's another one that's you don't want to go out there in the middle of the day because it's Party Cove, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
get out there early in the morning, it's some really good fishing out there.
The 2 miles down a cove in a creek sound like a good place for you to start practicing your dragging techniques.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. I have a statement here from Dan Thompson. He said, just tell him he's a lucky man to have a wife that will go fishing with him.
Yeah.
She loves to fish.
I
mean,
do.
There you go.
Yep. Mine just
My
tells
dad
me
and
to
my
get out of
grandma
her
used to
freaking
take
hair.
me all the time.
Daggone it. I see your buddies that you're going to be on their show posted it, and I moved it, and it disappeared. Now I can't find it.
I'm looking for it.
I want to say it said
Bumpus Cat's in
September
there.
22nd.
it's sometime in September.
September 2nd.
Oh, it was cool. I seen it.
Yeah.
September the 2nd at
The
7
2nd, okay.
p.m.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
there it is. Yeah, I had
That's
to
gonna be a fun show because they're taking couples that are on YouTube that are outdoors. It can be fishing, camping, whatever it is. It's outdoor stuff, and it's every Thursday night on their channel. It's going to be great.
That sounds like a ton of fun. Yeah.
What's the name of it?
It's Keel Quest. I don't know if they actually have a name for their show or not. But it's just on their channel on Thursday nights, I think.
Sounds like fun. I want to make sure I see it. In fact, I might go over and check it out. Dieter Melhorn, the great chicken master, has arrived in chat.
Dieter Melhorn.
Yeah, I have to do some searching because it's pulled me up 30 different things on there. I'll look it up and see if I can't find it. Somebody put the link up in here if you don't mind. Anything else that y'all think you might want to cover on tonight's show before we run out of here on you?
Jeremy Hedge wants to know what their YouTube channel name is, and it's Hooks and Hammocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Go
Right.
check them out. I promise you, if you watch a couple of their videos, you will like them and you will subscribe to them. Before I ever knew that they done catfishing, I subscribed to them just for their camping stuff. And then once we figured out that they was doing the catfishing things, well, it was over then. You know,
Yeah.
it just
But we like to start doing some more. At least I would. I don't know how she feels about it. But this lady right here can cook, and I want to start doing a lot more of the camp cooking.
All
there
right.
you go.
I want to do those live. I want to make videos because I know everybody loves food.
Do you need a new sampler? So I'm
We'll have to do
volunteering.
a catch and cook one as well.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be fine as long as I get to be the sample guy.
Man, food cooked
There
on
it is.
fire just smells so good.
Dee
Oh, yeah.
posted up the Q Quest link up there. Thank you, Dee.
Dieter said, "Love and embrace the chicken."
Yeah, I tell you what, Dieter. If I don't know, it must be cheaper out there than it is around here because we was at the grocery store today, and you can't hardly afford to buy chicken anymore. And I blame that on Dieter because he uses so much of it for catfish bait that he's drove the price up in my area.
I done
Well, I've
told him
got a-
we can
I've got
kill all them fish with salmonella poisoning.
That's right.
I've got a lot of flack for this from some people, but bacon works really good too.
Oh, bacon! I couldn't use bacon for. Hey,
You know, I'd had to cut my left hand off before I'd use a slice
I
of
couldn't
bacon.
use bacon for bacon. There's no way.
I like to find that bacon that's like on the verge of going bad. You know, it's past its date and all that.
Hell, it
stuff.
never goes bad around here.
I never heard of that. Have you, Love?
No.
Well, if you look around in the grocery store, you'll find it.
In the grocery
Oh,
store,
okay.
not at home.
I told Cindy, I said, man, bacon makes everything taste good. I said, hell, I know you can put it on ice cream and improve the flavor of that.
That's right.
It
She
probably
looks at me
would.
like there's something wrong with me. But maybe there is, but I still like my bacon.
I was just giving Dieter a little tip there. You know, everybody's done the chicken now. It's time to move on to something else.
Yeah, time to move on to something else. I'm getting ready to cook us up some salmon steaks tomorrow. That's going to be
Ooh.
Peter says,
teriyaki wrapped in bacon on that salmon steak, and fried up in a good old blackened cast iron pan.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, cast iron's the way to go.
Oh yeah.
Dieter says,
I'm
Hooks and
sorry.
Hammocks needs to do a catch and cook with my catfish bait.
There
With
you
what?
With his catfish bait. And I'm not thinking cherry Kool-Aid chicken would be that good fried up.
go. No,
No, I don't think it probably would be.
no, no.
You know what? I've always said I'll try anything once. You know, if it was cooked, I'll try it.
And he truly would.
Yeah, I probably would too. I hate to admit
I
that.
can't.
Yeah, some things you just don't do it.
No,
Nope.
no. There ain't gonna be no fried cherry chicken in my mouth. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Kelly says Dieter Melhorn was a great guest on his show, and I agree he was.
Yep.
Really good guest.
I think Kelly is the only person that ever had Dieter on long enough to make him run out of something to say.
He's always a rush to get away from me.
Yeah. I've never known a Dieter running out of something to say, though. Have you?
No, not too often. But you know, Dieter's a wealth of knowledge on a wide variety of subjects. So
Yeah.
it's always great when you score Dieter on your show. You've done good because he's
Yeah.
a great guest.
But now, Chris and Tellie, one last thing before we get out of here. I want to take my hat off and salute y'all for a couple that works together, have fun together, camp together, fish together, as being a couple that inspires other couples to get out and enjoy life like y'all do. Thank y'all for that.
Well,
Absolutely.
Thank you.
thank you. I mean, I'd like to say we work hard at it, but I mean, we don't really. I mean,
No, it comes naturally.
we love each other. We love being outside, and we're just doing what we like to do.
There you go.
Sharing that with the world, though, it would really surprise you how many couples that probably just sit at home and just don't even look at each other. They stare into their phones.
Talk about it.
Might come across this and say, hey, honey, why don't we go try this?
Yeah.
And if you touch one couple, then your life was worth it.
That's
Yes,
right.
it is.
It is.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's exactly right. We enjoy you so much. Now, we got a couple of minutes. Tell us about that new boat. Tell us exactly what it is and what the plans are to do with it.
There you go.
Well, so we're going to move a little bit. That's okay.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
But
I've seen this view, so
yeah, there's some pretty good plans. Like I said, we're considering ourselves some new boat owners. We've had boats. I've had boats. I've driven boats, but it's been a long time and need to kind of get back in it. But I'm not going to try to flip this camera because I might mess something up.
okay.
So I'm going to turn you around. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. Very nice.
It's a Ranger VS 1682 WT. I don't know what the VS stands for. The WT is walk through because it has the walk through window.
Right.
It does have the Minn Kota power drive iPilot.
There you go.
So we do have spot lock.
You'll like that.
Very sporty. That's what it means. VS. Very sporty.
Very
Very
sporty.
sporty. There you go.
It's got the it came with 3 seats, which I thought was kind of odd. 3 seats. It's got a place for 6. But
Yeah, it ought to come with at least 4.
yeah, and I asked them. I said, "Well, how much is that 4 seat?" And they said $600. I said, "We got 3 seats."
Well, that's exactly right. Yeah, I'd have been the same way.
It's got the 90 horse Mercury 4-stroke,
There you
but
go.
little cheapy on the provided low rants up there. Our kayak low rants is actually better than that one. But I mean,
Good
it'll
to
get
see
us.
it's got a ladder on the
upgrade.
back.
I'm sorry.
It's good to see it's got a ladder on the back. I think
Yeah, it's got
all
an entry
boats
ladder.
should come with that. You know, like Lyle said, if you fall out of that boat, it's tough. It's tough to climb back up in a boat, especially once you get some age or weight or something on you, arthritis or whatever. A ladder would really come in handy.
Makes
And
a
I got
world
one
of
for
difference,
my
yeah.
pontoon just for that reason.
Yep.
Man, I didn't
Yeah,
mean to interrupt you.
We're
I just
excited to
seen
get
that.
it out.
Oh yeah.
I bet. You haven't had it on the water yet?
Nope.
Not yet.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow's the time. All right. Good deal. Well, good luck with it. Thank you guys so much for coming on the show. We need to make this happen again really soon.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for having
I'll
us.
be your
Oh, man, you guys done a bang-up job. And we can't thank you enough for spending your Memorial Day evening with us.
It was a privilege.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way. We want to get out of here so Mark can get Josh, the weekend ditch pickler, on over there, and we'll all be watching him next.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right.
Chris and
Bless
Tellie.
you and God
Take care.
bless America, everybody.
Absolutely. We want to thank everybody for joining us this Memorial Day weekend. Please say a prayer for our troops, past, present, and future.
Yes, sir.
And thanks for watching Catfish Weekly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.